So here we have an expected value problem. The problem states, a store that sells office furniture tracks the number of bookcases sold each day. I'm going to go ahead and underline that for a year, and then prepares the data table below. At this point, we should always take a look at our table to understand it. We can see in our first column, we have the number of bookcases sold, and for each number of bookcases sold, there's a corresponding probability associated with how likely that number of bookcases will be sold. For example, for one bookcase to be sold, there's a 0.12 chance or 12% chance that only one bookcase will be sold on any given day. And now that we have that, we can continue reading our question. Which of the following is closest to the number of bookcases the store can expect to sell? We're going to go ahead and underline that in 100 randomly selected days. So when you see this word expect to sell combined with seeing a table like this with different numbers of options, like number of bookcases sold in this case, followed by probabilities for each potential possibility, then you know this is an expected value problem. And all that means is you are effectively going to multiply all the individual possibilities for bookcases sold by their corresponding probabilities, which I'm showing with this times mark. So on the right-hand side, we can multiply this through. We would have 0 bookcases times the probability of 0.06 plus 1 bookcase times the probability of 0.12 plus 2 times 0.18 plus 3 times 0.34 plus 4 times 0.22 plus 5 times 0.08. We then go ahead and put this in our calculator, being really careful with the decimals, and get 2.78. But what does that mean in this scenario? What does the 2.78 represent? We might be inclined to say that that's the answer. However, are the bookcases sold per day, or are they sold in total for the year? And if we look back at the question, they state these are the number of bookcases sold each day. So in other words, the unit for 2.78 would be bookcases per day. And the question is asking how many bookcases we can expect to sell in 100 days. So effectively, we will take our 2.78 bookcases per day and multiply it with 100 days. Our days will cancel, and we'll be left with 278 bookcases, which leaves us with answer choice J.